entrepreneurs, the time you feel most lonely is the time you most need to be by yourself. That quote is by Douglas Coupland. Loneliness is a teacher to us, and we can find strength in solitude. So, I want to talk about this feeling that many of us experience, especially this stage of life, and often during the holidays too. It's a word that often carries sadness. But what if I told you that loneliness could be one of the most transformational experiences of your life? It's a profound thought, and I believe it holds the key to turning loneliness into a source of personal strength. What is loneliness exactly? It is a feeling of disconnection from others, and you can actually be in a crowd of people or at a party and still feel lonely. It is a disconnection from others, and how does it differ from solitude? It does. It does differ quite a bit, which is the intentional choice to be alone. Loneliness is a reminder of our need for connection, but it's also an invitation to connect more deeply with ourselves. Is loneliness common in later years? How can retirement disrupt a sense of purpose? Changes in social dynamics and the passing of peers can lead to isolation. And family and friends may not always understand the emotional challenges of aging. So, if you're feeling this way, know that you're not alone. Millions of others share this journey. Loneliness isn't something to run away from, it is a teacher if we're willing to listen. Now, I have been living alone for a number of years, and because I have engaged myself on online activities, including doing these daily videos, these quotes are a part of my feeling of connection, and also they give me a sense of purpose, and they are, each and every one of them, leading us down a different pathway to looking at life differently than what the thinking of the world would have us be. Solitude is a gift. It gives us space to listen to our inner voice, something we often neglect when life gets busy. Famous thinkers and writers and spiritual leaders have found a lot of wisdom in solitude. Thoreau says, this is an example, Thoreau at Walden Pond, or spiritual retreats, meditation retreats. And there's a lot of personal growth that comes about through these practices. And solitude can help us uncover long held false beliefs that we need to change, whether it be about our relationships, whether you start getting paranoid about things, which is false believing, or we need to look at everything as part of our journey. And we can reignite long lost passions such as painting, sewing, crocheting, playing music. We can learn new technology. We can learn how to develop photography and get involved in gardening. And of course, radiant mindfulness, which is what my teacher, Will Johnson, teaches. Radiant mindfulness, which is an intention to see each moment through the breath of love. We can highlight the calming and grounding effects of spending time in nature alone. We can suggest activities such as walking, bird watching, or simply sitting quietly in a garden. As I mentioned yesterday, we like to take walks, me and Masa like to take walks at dusk, when just before it's at that gloaming stage where there's a moment between the day and the night, and the birds are very, very active flying around. And so as soon as it hits a more of a darkness, they get quiet. And that is something that I have always noticed, and I love it. And although today I think we will walk earlier, we can set up a special corner in our home for quiet time, a place where you can think, you can write, or simply be and meditate. We can have a cozy chair by the window, and at this time of year, we need all the light we can get. How about a small altar with meaningful items, or a desk with a book and a pen and a journal? Write down your thoughts can help you process emotions and uncover what truly matters to you. So, this morning I was starting to think about, what is my morning routine going to be going forth into 2025? The first thing I thought of was redoing and reinstituting my practice of doing morning pages, which was first explained, and many people do talk about this other than morning pages, but Julia Cameron in her creativity work talks about getting up, grabbing your notebook, and writing 3 pages of what could be called brain dump. It doesn't have to be anything special, but good ideas come out of this. And after your 3 pages are completed, you suddenly feel a sense of peace. So the morning pages, and maybe followed by a 15-20 minute meditation. And I do the Course in Miracles, and I have a group where I post the daily lessons every day, and that has helped me too. And you can ask yourself, what do I love about myself? What brings me peace? What brings me joy? And you can incorporate these things into your morning routine. What do I want to explore in this chapter of my life? So we know how to start a mindfulness practice. And in my opinion, mindfulness is something that you do every moment of every day, and it doesn't have to be done sitting down. Or the loving kindness meditation. That is something you can, I'm sure, be kind to yourself and be kind to other people with that practice. And these practices reduce stress, increase clarity, and a greater sense of presence. Engaging in hobbies that you once loved, always wanted to try, you can do that now. And it's never too late to learn or rediscover joy. Joy to the world. That is a very profound statement. Have you always wanted to paint, play an instrument, write poetry? Now is the perfect time. And nothing has to be perfect. It just has to be done with the idea of expanding your mind. You can write letters to people. You can cook a new recipe or declutter with intention. The time you spend in solitude strengthens your ability to connect and feel deeply about your relationships. You can, of course, join clubs and align with your personal interests and get involved in volunteer work that gives you a sense of purpose. And it makes a difference. And you might meet some like-minded people and meet new friends. But of course, we can use technology to stay connected with people, which I certainly have done. So when you get to enjoy your own company, you bring a stronger, more fulfilled version of yourself into every relationship. The time you feel lonely is the time you most need to be by yourself. Loneliness is not the enemy, it's an opportunity to turn inward, to discover the beauty within yourself, and to emerge stronger. And embracing solitude doesn't mean shutting out the world. It means learning to love yourself so you can share that love with others. So take a look at the video that shows up right here. Like this video and subscribe. And there's a lot of content here. Enjoy every minute of looking at it.